And I see so many people getting into this game of entrepreneurship, and the only thing that they are focusing on is how can I make more money? Now, this, in my opinion, is the greatest mistake that you can make.
Sure, making money is extremely important, but even more important is never losing the big picture. Today we will enjoy together a video of Jordan Welsh. If you don't know him, he's one of the big names in the money YouTube, money game, however you want to call this niche. So he's sharing with us his experience closing a deal, a multi-millionaire deal. And he's just sharing with us some important thoughts that are going to be extremely relevant for you, especially if you are starting your journey online, if you are creating content, if you are interested in making money online. If you don't know me, my name is Adrian. I have more than 10 years of experience working with creators behind the scenes. I grew one of my YouTube channels up to 250,000 followers. And this channel is very personal. I have this type of videos where I just share what is interesting for me, to share insights with you that help you in your journey of personal growth, building a business that is meaningful for you, aligned with you. If at any point during the video you find something that is valuable, consider giving a like and subscribe. That help a lot. In the description box below, you will find a link if you want to talk with me and you believe I can help you in your journey. Let's enjoy this video together.
Okay, so a couple weeks ago, at 26 years old, I sold my software company for millions of dollars. And to celebrate, I came out here to Europe. We're spending over $100,000 on this trip. We went to Italy, we went to Amsterdam, we went to Madrid, Barcelona, going to Greece. We're partying with the biggest DJs, going shopping every day, doing all the stuff that I dreamed about doing when I was younger. And for some reason, I feel nothing. When I was younger, I've been doing this entrepreneurship, internet stuff since I was like 13 years old. When I was younger, this is all I ever wanted. I wanted to be able to travel. I wanted to be able to take care of my family. I wanted to make money from my phone or from my computer and do the things that I always loved to do. And now, I feel like I've achieved that. I became a millionaire years ago. I retired my mom. She does what she loves for a living. I send her thousands of dollars every single month. I have a happy relationship, dream house in Miami, dream car, whatever. It doesn't matter. What I'm learning now at this stage of my life is that none of this external shit matters at all.
Guys, it's fascinating to listen about this. And honestly, it is not something new conceptually for me. I'm not a multi-millionaire yet. From the perspective of Maslow hierarchy of needs, that the only way that you can understand the needs of a level, you need to cover the prior levels. I must guess where Jordan is at in life. It's like in the third layer of the pyramid. And there are 5 levels. So once you are in the middle of the pyramid, that you have all the financial aspect of your life already checked, then you start realizing that there are human needs that are way beyond the monetary aspect. Some people say, hey, if AI start taking all the jobs and we don't have to work anymore, what are we going to be doing around, The human experience is way beyond the basic needs. Meaning, once we cover all the money problems, some people you will realize how important the life problems are. So even in a context of hyperabundance, where AI is going to be doing everything that is needed to live comfortably, we will have a lot of things to be doing. The crisis that Jordan is experiencing right now is more or less humanity as a whole is going to be in a similar process.
There's a reason why I want to share this with you, and it's a very important lesson that is underlying in this entire video. And the lesson is that the joy should come and does come from the creation and from the work of things that are meaningful to you. For me, at this stage of my life, the only thing that gives me true joy outside of the basic things like life itself and enjoying a walk and enjoying a conversation and enjoying a good meal, the thing that gives me the most joy, bar none, is creating a piece of art that feels true to me, or building a business or product that actually provides value to the world. The money will follow. If you can create cool art, if you can create products that actually make the world a better place, the money is guaranteed to follow. And I see so many people getting into this game of entrepreneurship, and the only thing that they are focusing on is how can I make more money. Now, this, in my opinion, is the greatest mistake that you can make as a beginner. Because if you only focus on making money, not only will you not make money, but once you get the money, you will feel emptier than ever before. It's the sole reason why people do shady, low-level things just to get money and then end up with a lifetime of karma, or even sometimes go to jail because they chased only money. Back then, it took so much less to get to the level of happiness that I have to get to right now. Like, for example, when I made a sale on my first online store, and I remember it till this day, it was a $14.99 sale. Somehow, that feeling was better than the feeling that I got of getting this multi-million-dollar wire to my bank account. It doesn't make sense. It's not supposed to make sense. And that's why I'm sharing it with you, because nobody will ever explain these things to you. But it's just the truth. If you're just getting started in your journey, maybe you made 1,000, maybe you made 10,000, hey, maybe you made 100,000, maybe you haven't made anything. This early stages of your career are some of the most special times of your life, and you cannot get too focused on fast forwarding and getting to the next stage, because not only will you miss the beauty that's in front of you, but you're gonna miss out on the satisfaction that comes from those beginning days that you'll never get ever again.
I find this advice beautiful, and the reason is there is depth in the concept of you don't have to postpone yourself. Have you ever thought about it? You don't have to postpone yourself. You don't have to compromise the person you are. You don't have to compromise your personality. You don't have to compromise your values. Because if you succeed and you get the money but compromising your values or compromising who you are, then retrospectively you will not enjoy the journey, and by itself is going to be a punishment achieving the goal that you want. It is mind-blowing if you understand it. I believe in the same way there is like a pain threshold, so some people can bear higher levels of pain without reacting to it. I believe there is like an internal threshold of pain, the misalignment threshold. There is people that can push forward even if they are doing something that is not meaningful for them, but anyway they can move forward because they are chasing a middle point goal to an end and they feel okay chasing it. In my case, it was so hard for me to compromise my values, and that is the reason why I have started like so many different projects online. And I have made like over 6 figures already, but it's very, very hard to keep pushing forward when I hit the wall of misalignment. This is exactly what some people say that is like burnout, but it is not burnout. Burnout is that internal feeling of misalignment. You know that something is not in the right place. You don't know exactly what it is. In most of the cases, it is misalignment. Most likely, you are not lazy. You can put in the work. Most likely, it is not a gap of knowledge because you know exactly what to do and you know how to do it and you have the energy to do it, but somehow there is such an amount of friction that you cannot go through that path because it feels like something is born in your soul. And people say, hey, it's burnout. Well, maybe it's that you are walking in the wrong direction. And the way I have found that you can circumvent that process is asking yourself what I will be doing if money were not an issue anymore. Is trying to extrapolate your being, your existence to that middle of the pyramid in the Maslow hierarchy, you know? It's like if money were not an issue, what exactly I will be doing in my day-to-day life? What will be my hobbies? What I would be willing to be doing, taking money out of the equation because it's not the motivator. So once you teletransport yourself to that imaginary situation, but also it's like a way to spiritually rise your soul to that hypothetical scenario, you will find the insights that then can be extrapolated to your day-to-day life today. In my case, for example, I love talking to people about the things I find useful for me. And I will be doing that with my friends even if I will be like a trillionaire. I imagine myself in a chair talking with my friends with a cigar and saying, hey, I find this extremely fascinating. So, because that is something I will be doing anyway, independently of the amount of money I will be doing, is the reason why I choose to create videos in this format. It doesn't matter the end result, in the sense that doing this is exactly something that I enjoy doing. An ancient philosopher said once, if you want to stop working, just do something that you love.
It's not that money doesn't matter, because it does. Like, I wouldn't want to be broke right now. I like the freedom that money provides me. Just this morning, I had a 40-minute conversation with my mom, and we're dealing with a lot of stuff right now behind the scenes with our family. And because I'm in the position that I'm in and I have the money that I have, I'm able to help them. And that's where the money becomes really special. But outside of that, for yourself, the money can only do so much. I mean, you can buy yourself a nice house, you can take care of your basic needs, you can get all the luxurious, stupid stuff and go crazy, you know, it's whatever. But outside of the basic needs, money can only do so much for you. The true value of money comes from being able to give it back to the people you love and help out the world. Helping out your community, helping out your people, and ultimately in the end, helping out as many people as you possibly can. But so many kids are thinking that the second that they get rich and they turn up and they get their rollie and they get their little supercar, that everything's gonna be lit. So many people, this is a funny one, think that once they can travel the world, that they're gonna magically find themselves and ultimately become this new enlightened self. But I'm not finding these things to be true. Like, after making $10 million plus, selling two companies, I've sold two companies now at 26 years old. It's not that, okay? It's not that. The enjoyment comes from building and also from digging deeper within. Now, I don't want to get too spiritual and too esoteric in this video, but if you're expecting some external thing to come in and make your life better, you are in for a rude awakening when you finally achieve those things. That peace that you're striving for is already within you. The way you can get access to it is by building a stronger relationship with God, which is something that I'm trying to do right now. Like, these things are not going to satisfy you the way that you think that they are. Having $100,000 vacation in Europe is not going to bring you the joy that you think it is. The warning is not, you shouldn't strive for these things. You should dream bigger than anybody else. You should go to make hundreds of millions of dollars and achieve all the commercial success you should ever want. But you need to prepare your mind, and you need to understand that once you get these things, it's not going to change how you feel. If it does, it's only going to last for a little bit of time, and then you're going to go back to zero. So what I need you to understand moving forward in your life, whether you have $0 or whether you have $1 million and you're watching this video, is you need to do the internal work.
I know exactly what you're thinking, man. And I want to share something a little bit personal, but it's extending this idea. I wanted to be a monk, and actually I lived in South Korea for 3 months, pretty much like a monk. I shave my head, I wear like a white t-shirt every single day for months. And I wanted to even go further for a little bit in my life. But I realized that it is about finding balance. If you go full into a spirituality and you take it out of balance, you will not be able to take care of your family. Because that path somehow of self-transcendence, only from the spiritual side of the equation, will bring you frustration if you know there is other people that you may be helping, but because you are pursuing your own spiritual awareness or whatever you want to call it, you can take care of that people. Okay? Obviously, the other extreme is just pursuing external success without taking care of the internal side, and that is what Jordan is talking about. So the center of the equation is not obvious. And I believe every single one of us have a different center because we have different personalities, we have different traditions, we have different values, we have different goals. So that middle point is going to be different for everyone. But finding that balance is where you believe is like you know for a fact. It's an internal fact. It's that sensation that you are based on who you are. That middle point has to be an internal experience where you know that you do what you have to do and you are not sacrificing an internal faction of yourself for the sake of another one, but everything feels right and in harmony.